Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning vibes meetup. It's so exciting to see so many familiar faces on today. We're just so grateful to have this space to come together, to hang out together, and really just share some tips and some love from all of us. And of course, my dog just decides to get up, even though I've been up for a while. But anyways, we're just going to take a moment really quick and, do some journaling. I don't know if this is something that resonates with all of you. I know this is how we start off our days every day, but it's just been so helpful for me just to like legit brain dump, get all the emotions, the good, the bad, the thick, the thin, and just get them out on paper. And once you guys get done with, just a couple of minutes of dumping your thoughts, go ahead and let's jump over and do our gratitude. I just put my journal back. What did I do with it? There it is. It's like I just had it and I threw it back up, but doing some morning gratitude. So go ahead and take just a moment, do some journaling, dump your thoughts, good, bad. How are you feeling? We're in bonus season right now. Don't leave anything out. Nobody's going to see this. Maybe you had a great night of sleep. Maybe you didn't. Maybe today's a stressful day for you. Maybe it's a wonderful Wednesday. Just go ahead and take a moment to do that. And I will be back in just a second. All right. Now, as you guys are going through your day to day, I really encourage you to find a few things that you're grateful for throughout the day. That is really going to open your mind up and open your heart up to find those sunny spots throughout your day. And like I said, if you're having a day, it's Wednesday, it's Wellness Wednesday today, it really forces you to find those things to be grateful for, and not just my kids or, my spouse or, those types of things, but really finding those sunny spots. Yesterday was 60 in Michigan, which we don't get many of those days early in March ever. And so I was just so grateful to have the day to take down our Christmas decorations outside. I know that sounds crazy, but I put them up when it's warm out and I take them down when it's warm out. Tara, you look like you feel me. So my girlfriend was, yeah, same. She was laughing at me. She's like, "You're really doing that?" And I'm like, "I'm just so grateful to have a day that my hands don't hurt going outside." So I just, I took about 30 minutes and took it all down, and it just felt good. And I made sure to write that down last night to be so grateful for not just good weather, but seizing that opportunity, I guess, not letting that time pass me by. I could have done anything with that 30 minutes. I could have scrolled, I could have done dishes or whatever, but I took that and it felt really good going to bed last night. I felt like I checked a home project off. But, make sure you guys are going throughout your day and finding those sunny spots, and don't forget to, write them down, get a notebook, write them down. I love this. I know I've showed this several times, but this is my favorite, the 5-minute journal. I am ready to order another one because I'm almost out of space for that. But let's go ahead and jump into today, going over some corporate updates, team news. It's kind of same old. Right now, we don't have anything too crazy other than several people unlocking their trip to Mexico coming in June. So I've been seeing lots of shout outs and announcements for that. So congrats to everybody that has either earned it already or you're making progress towards that. Congrats to all of you. And today, of course, is the 10th. And so I believe we had another auto ship batch run today again. So don't forget to reach out to all of those customers, tell them thank you, send them, one of the new DFTs in the mail. I know I have two girlfriends that are extremely great customers that were on last night. You guys, I didn't realize how big these were. Oh, you guys aren't gonna be able to see it. I was gonna try to show you. But these things, they're big. I got my fuzzy slippers on. They're big, but holy cow. I put it on last night. Mail came at, I don't know, it was like 3-ish. And so I knew it was coming. I was like tracking it. And so I ran out to the mailbox and I grabbed it and I'm like, I'm just going to slap one on because I was like dying to try it. By the time we went to lacrosse practice at 5, I was just feeling good. Like I can't explain it. I just was in a better mood. I walked 2.5 miles with the girls and I just felt good. And so I had brought a sleeve, just like one with 6 of them on it. And it was so nice to be able to give those to my girlfriend. She's an extremely amazing customer. She's a promoter, but she buys those 400 packs. We all have those. And she thrives for free. And then my other girlfriend, Lindsay, was there and she thrives for free as well. She's an extremely great customer. So I was telling them and they're like, oh my gosh, we can't wait. So I'm taking her a sleeve tonight. But, if you haven't had the chance to get that yet, it is absolutely amazing. I love, love, love the new DFT and I love what it stands for. And so many people are really going to, appreciate that as well. So you can tug on a lot of different color personalities with that new DFT that we have. And it'll definitely be a staple piece and I'm excited. I know that they're coming out in the new packages that we have here soon. And like everything else, when it's new released, it takes a little while to be able to use those credits on it. But with that being said, it will happen in time, but I absolutely love it. I'm excited to see these results with the new biotics that we have. I've been taking just a couple at night with those and it's definitely helped soothe my belly. And so that's been a welcome change for sure. So I'm so grateful for that. Stacie, I know that you have just started on that new Thrive Against Cancer DFT. Do you want to share how you're feeling on that?
I have not started on that actually, but I did just start on the biotic and it's so crazy. It's kind of like when you start thriving, like you don't realize how good you can feel because you just don't know what you don't know. But the biotic, it's like same. My tummy is so happy and I just feel more clear-headed. It's so crazy how your gut health affects your mental health. I'm just on my second day of like sleeping on it. Of course, the first day I got it, I'm like, I'm going to pop one right away and see what happens. But like, this is the second day I've woken up, like taking it before bed and I feel good, like not as sluggish. I don't know. It's so hard to explain, but I'm really excited to see what it can do a little more long-term. But I took it last night with one balance, one biotic. And I'm like checking out my tummy in the mirror this morning. Am I less bloated yet? Are my 6 packs there yet?
Right? Isn't that so funny? You're so cute. I know. So just keep in mind, just to give you guys a personal testimonial. So I got it last week, that biotic. I think it was on like Wednesday or Thursday. And then I was so bloated and constipated all day Friday or Saturday and Sunday. I was miserable, you guys. I was like, why is this happening? And of course, Dr. Google, I'm like a crazy person over there. You guys, it's normal. So if you have clients that all of a sudden when they're starting on this and they feel backed up or constipated for a couple of days, extremely bloated, it's just like the beginning of Thrive. We're like, just hang with us. We promise it works itself out. Monday, was a day. We eliminated. I had, some belly issues as far as, getting that inflammation going down. By yesterday, I felt like $1,000,000. Like I felt like a well-oiled machine. My mental clarity was back, like all the things, and things are even keel now. So just keep that in mind. Every body is so different, but I'm just excited with some of these new things that they have been rolling out, and it's always to our benefits. And I love that they always know when to roll something out. Yes, we just had the biotic, and we have the Thrive Against Cancer, but oh my goodness, it's exciting, and it gives us another touch point to talk to our clients about, right? It gives us another touch point with them. And I know one thing that we started doing with our customers, with auto ships, just because today is an auto ship day. Stacie and I were chatting, and we're like, hey, let's do a giveaway, like almost like an incentive on all of those auto ship days for our customers. And so now we're doing either a small credits giveaway. I had a girlfriend make some of these. You guys don't know what these are, but let me put it in my shaker cup. She made some of these. Oh, I better screw the top on. I haven't dumped my shake in yet. But these are so cute. They're a shaker cup koozie. So if you're in the cold states like we are, you can actually put your hand in here, and it cost me $10 for these. And so these are super cute little giveaway for customers to run auto ship. It doesn't have to break the bank, but something thoughtful. And one thing we love to do with our customers is do plus line packs. So if you have 3 or 4 samples of a boost or a blast or a different flavor of shake, sending those out as well. And we just do one giveaway for all of those people that run their auto ship. So just another incentive. I think Stacie was saying something like Courtney Glazer went from what, $100,000 in auto ship orders to, what was it, like
Yeah.
six
Yeah,
hundred thousand.
just by offering an incentive for their people to run their auto ships. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. People just love to win anything really. So we're trying that out and seeing how it works for us. I'm sure we'll have the same results. I mean, can you imagine like 6 timing that growth? That's awesome. And just
Heck
making,
yeah.
I mean, it gives you another opportunity to follow up with your customers too. Like, hey, did you see we've got this going on in our, customer group? Make sure you drop a screenshot of your order. People really, really appreciate that next level customer service because there's just not enough of it anymore. You're having to go through, a robot, or, you can't get a live person anymore. And people really do appreciate when we tell them about, new products or maybe promotions and stuff the company has going on or your own team has going on. So we try to really, really make sure that we give that, what would you call it, Nordstrom service to our customers.
Yes. Absolutely. And I think that's one thing that really, we work really, really hard to get our customers. And this is an area that, we're always talking about how to grow and how to find new, right? Which is extremely important. But keeping those customers happy is really important too. And this is one area that Stacie and I focused heavily on. How do we not only get those customers, but how do we keep them? Because they're coming to you to help solve a solution. They could go buy anything. They could go buy those apple cider gummies from Walmart, but they're coming to you to help solve a solution. So it's just always really important that we're giving them that Nordstrom experience and taking things to another level. And just like when we get brand new DFTs or new products in the mail, I hate sending pills. So I'm just going to be honest, I won't send pills. I just don't. I know you can. I know you can get little baggies, but it just feels weird. It just feels weird. So I just don't do it. But DFTs, I definitely do. Especially these, I'm reading the comments here, and they're like, I had 52 ounces of water by 8 a.m. and I had a Bubba keg that's 52 ounces. Managed to drink the whole thing by then. Biotic has been a game changer for my mom. First time in the years that things are moving in the morning. You can fill in the blanks there. So you guys take a peek at the chat too if you're able to, if you're not driving. And just like this, yes, I had issues for the first 2 days and then things are flowing nicely, so every body is different, but just hearing this different experiences, everything's not like sunny and rosy every single time you get started on a brand new product or every single day, right? So it's nice to see real experiences, but people sticking with it and then, things working.
Like her updated pictures, and I just thought to myself, there's no way that works. There's no way. And I want to say September of 2020 is when she invited me to That Good Life. And I watched even from a distance from there for months and just watched all the success stories. And still, even then, I was like, even though all these people, I'm still thinking to myself, there's no way that works. So I played Duck Duck Goose. I won a 3-day mini. And, at that point, I was bloated. I woke up every day with a headache. I was just so miserable with my body and just how I was feeling all the time. And I didn't have enough energy for my kids. Shoot, I got a toddler and she is full of energy. So day one of my mini experience was just that aha moment. And I know not everybody feels that, but I did. And I know that my body was lacking those powerful vitamins and nutrients that I needed. And I'm like, holy crap, this is amazing. Like my belly issues kind of subsided that day. The like fog I had went away. My headache went away as soon as I took my capsules in the morning. And I'm like, this stuff is like amazing. There's this, I can't believe this. And then the next day, I didn't wake up with the headache. I didn't feel so swollen. Taking my capsules, I'm wide awake. I couldn't get through my days prior to that without a 3-hour nap. And to not have to nap just from day one, I got so much done that day. I was like, oh, I love this. And I knew on day 2 that I had to get my product. And I instantly started talking about it and had people like, what the heck is this? Just by me posting pictures of myself, because I was always one that even hid back on Facebook. I wouldn't really post much, nothing. And now I'm putting myself out there. I'm confident in the product, and I love that.
That makes my heart so happy. And you guys, it just goes to show such a great testimony that people are watching. And I know, Mallory, you were a customer just getting on board. And right, was it just from the 3-day mini experience that you had won? Did you jump right into a customer first, and then you were a customer for what, a whole month, and then right before that next month you flipped your promoter, right?
No, I was only a customer for probably 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a customer for 2 weeks. And in that time, I was just sharing my selfies of myself and, believing in myself pretty much. And then I flipped to promoter pretty much. Kendra was like, while you're at it, you got people going on underneath you. Why don't you hit that promoter button? And I was like, okay. Like, I didn't think I could be this person to like promote or sell because I've never done, MLM. And it's not hard. It's literally just talking about your experience and how good it makes you feel. Everyone deserves to feel this amazing.
Absolutely. So let's just back up really quick because you said something. You said, Kendra said, you've already got these people in. You guys, how did I get in the conversation if she's Katie's promoter? Yes, they're all on my team. But backing up to that, Katie got Ashley in a 3-way message. This is the power of 3 ways. We're going to beat this until you guys are like, okay, I need to do 3 ways. So if you're not doing 3-way messages, it's imperative to your business. Brittany's laughing and smiling. It is imperative to your business to do this because Katie got me in this 3-way. My line is always this is, hey, awesome. What are your goals? Da, 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 da. They shared their goals and I'm like, great. Let's get you a free customer profile so we can see what deals it unlocks for you. Boom. They send their referral link. Boom. they've got their free customer profile. So I'm always like, hey, let me know when they do that. Of course, I can look it up in my system, but I'm not getting the email like that promoter is. Once they do that, I give options, good, better, best, based on what their personal goals are. And so you start high, you say, okay, your good option is normally $220, but today it's $150, and we're going to give you a free box of shakes, and we're going to give you free shipping, because I always hook my new customers up with free shipping. So it's just $15 in credits. Okay. Boom. And then you have option 2, which is a little bit better. And then option 3 is usually like the full Thrive experience plus sculpt or balance or biotic or whatever it is that their goals are. Okay. Upgraded to Black Label or whatever. And so Mallory was like, awesome, good. And she chose one of those packages, went on from there within 2 weeks. Mallory was already posting on Facebook and sharing how she felt. Why? Because she watched Katie do it. She watched Katie share her story and share other people's stories and testimonies and things like that. And she had people coming out of the woodwork. Katie revisited that chat again and said, hey, Mallory's already sharing. She's got people interested. And then I took over from there, not taking over for Katie, but I took over from there and just said, oh my gosh, you'd make an excellent promoter, because you can either thrive for free or you can thrive for free and make some income. What do you want to do? And it didn't come from Katie, because Katie literally lives down the road from her. They're close, right? She had watched as a skeptic for a long time. And so, once that magic happened with that 3-way message, Mallory, what happened from there? You flip that script, and you were then comfortable putting other people in 3-way messages, right?
Oh, I think I was quickly throwing people in 3-way messages. I had 2 girls with the same name that became confusing in a 3-way. And I can say up to this point, just how powerful 3-ways are, because I've had, I'll say like 2 customers without a 3-way. And I definitely feel there is a much more personal connection with a third person, or even a fourth person. Sometimes it's that third, fourth party validation that other person really does look for. I know that's what I look for. Clearly, I watched Katie for 2.5 years, but as soon as I saw somebody else, I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's just it, you guys. And if you're brought in that way, that's what you know, and that's what you start to do it. And as a new promoter, you're not supposed to know anything other than, how do these 3 steps make you feel? That's it. Tapping into your network. Let us do the work for you. So, Katie, are you still with us? I know you said I can hop on now. Just go ahead and unmute if you can. I don't see you. No.
I can talk, but I can't do video.
Okay, good. Will you share a little bit about your story and what changed in your business after Mallory finally jumped on board with you?
Can you guys hear me okay? Because I'm cooking at work, so it's there's a lot of machines and stuff.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I watched a friend of mine post. I don't think I waited that long, to be honest. I don't think I watched her for very long before I made up my mind that this is what I needed. I was extremely skeptic. She had done other, network marketing things. So I just thought that this was, the next, fad kind of thing. But I was to a point in my life where I was ready to quit my job. I was unhappy at home. I literally put everything on my husband. He did all of the housework. He took care of the kids. All I did was work and sleep. And that was putting a strain on my family life. My marriage was suffering because of that. I really was like down in a negative place because I was missing out on so much time with my kids. I felt myself just becoming this depressed, negative person, and I just felt like I was too young for that. Like, there had to be more to life. So I jumped in. I literally had a panic attack when I ordered, because I jumped right in and ordered the whole month's supply when I hadn't even tried it yet. My day one, I was on 70 plus hours at work. So I was exhausted. I was living off of Mountain Dew and coffee. On the way to work, I would fall asleep on the way to work. And my day one, I took my capsules, my three steps. I got to work. My day was normal. I didn't notice too much except for the fact that I didn't drink my coffee and I didn't reach for that Mountain Dew. And then what really hit me on day one was when I got home, I greeted my family with a smile when I walked through the door. And that was very, very abnormal for me. I helped my husband with dinner that night. I cleaned up from dinner. I did the dishes. And then it was 7:45 at night before I even realized what time it was. And I was down on the floor laughing and playing with my kids. And it was incredible. So from that moment on, I knew that this is what I needed in my life. And it took me probably a week before I hit the promoter button. I got in a three-way message with Jerica and my upline, and they were pretty smooth. They talked me right into it. I already had people that I was working with that were interested in ordering under me already. So that kind of helped too to hit the promoter button, is because I already had people underneath of me. I really had no intention of promoting at all. But just getting it for free has really been what's motivated me to keep promoting it, is because, like, I'm not the wealthiest person on earth, middle class over here. And, getting it for free really helped my budget, because my husband is on it also. I'm on it. He was addicted to Monsters, so he's not buying Monsters anymore. I'm not buying pop anymore. We're getting it for free, so we're saving that money that we were spending on, all of those energy drinks and snacks throughout the day to keep us going. So that's really what has kept me promoting it. Plus, it's hard to not talk about how good you feel all day long. So when you feel that good, it's easy to share how you're feeling with other people. I don't know what other questions you asked me. I kind of lost my train of thought.
It's okay. No, I love this. And it just goes to show you guys, every walk of life needs what we have. And even a husband at home that's doing all the things, right? Us exhausted, tired mamas need this more than ever. But what happened to your business when you were doing things all by yourself? You were thriving for free. You had, about 2,000 in PPA every single month anyways, just with your customers. What happened? What flipped when you brought Mallory on, and did the light bulbs go off for you when you seen that power of duplication?
Absolutely. So I've been a promoter for 3 years, and like you said, I couldn't get past that middle mark, basically. And when Mallory came on, I kind of realized the power of three-ways, because I hadn't really utilized them much. Like, I tried a couple times, and those couple times didn't really work, so I kind of gave up. But with Mallory, she came on, and I hadn't even talked to her about being a promoter. So your power, when you mentioned that to her and she heard it from you instead of me, I think was extremely powerful. And then I think you made her feel so comfortable that she did not fear putting people into three ways with you and me. And that also motivated me to do the same thing, because somebody at the bottom or just starting out, it is extremely intimidating to reach up to somebody who's super successful in this business already. But it's just, I don't know, you guys made us feel so comfortable that we, it boosted our confidence, I guess. But the power of duplication is her hitting her VIP pushed me over the edge to hit 4K. Mixed in with the customers and the loyalty that I've already built, and then adding her VIP and stuff on top of that, that's definitely what pushed me over. You can't reach these ranks by yourself. You have to have, people underneath of you that are interested in, bettering their lives also.
Absolutely. And that's where that power of duplication is. I mean, can you get to 4K all by yourself with customers? Yes, but that's a lot of work. If you have people that are locking arms alongside you, sharing that same common goal, that same common vision, that is when those light bulbs go off and you go, oh my goodness, I see the power of duplication now. Even getting to 40K or 80K, it doesn't happen by yourself. And that's one thing that I love is, we are a team, and when other people win, you win. And when you help other people get what they want, you are in turn going to get what you want. So, Katie's one of our newest 4K, $4,000 bonus earners. So everybody give her a big congratulations in the chat for doing that. It's such a big deal. And, at the beginning of this in January, I said, okay, Katie, what's your goals? And she was like, 4K. And I said, dream bigger, sis. I said, 4K is already in the bag. And she couldn't see past that because Mallory had not yet joined. She had yet to see that power of duplication unfold. She had yet to have that person that she brought in that she, was so prideful of to lock arms with. And once that happened, she's like, I see 12K now. I can taste it. And that's the power of duplication in this business. So again, Katie, congratulations. Thank you so much for hopping on today and taking that time out. I know you're at work. I know you're busy, spinning all of those hats right now and doing those things, but I just appreciate you sharing. And, just to touch on something, you guys, her upline's not here. The person that brought her on board is no longer here anymore. The person that brought her upline on board is not here. And there's a long layer of people that are just tuned out. And so it doesn't matter. I hear so many times of the excuses of my upline's not here, my upline doesn't help. You guys, if it's up to me, or if it's meant to be, it's up to me. And you have to continue reaching up until you have those people that are like-minded like you, that share the same heart and passion like you, and they are there and they're waiting, right? Like, we're not going to be bugging people in your inboxes, but when you're ready, make sure that you're reaching out and reaching up, because we don't know how bad you want things unless you let us know, right? Like, nobody wants to drag along the dead, but what if we quit asking or quit putting ourselves out there, and you have people that are just as hungry as you are? So continue to reach out, continue to reach up, continue reaching up until you find that person. But thank you so much. And thanks again, Mallory, for sharing your story as well. But Stacie, I know early mornings are not your jam. You are a late night owl for good reason, because you and your son create the life of your dreams and your desires. And I just want you to share what's on your heart today, because you always have so much wisdom and so much love and so much grace to really end things on a bang with.
Thank you. Of course, Murphy woke up, so now it's like real dark in here. I'm like, just go back to sleep on the couch. You're fine. I don't know. I just wanted to piggyback on so many things. I was just like writing notes like crazy, but I saw Mallory commenting in the chat, like, you spoke so much positivity into us. And, sometimes having belief in other people, like you and Jerica had so much belief in me before I had belief in myself. And sharing that belief with other people is so important, because, I had talked with Mallory and Katie both, like when they were working on their promotions, and I'm like, it's already yours, and like creating little graphics and sending them, like, just claim this, it's already yours. You only need, this. So, passing that belief on to other people. And if you don't believe in yourself yet, go to the Lavelle YouTube page and go watch those 200K documentaries, or go look at some leaders, pages that you really look up to, because when you are people that you really relate with, because when you realize that they're just people just like you, that are just maybe working a little bit harder, maybe sending more messages, maybe going live, maybe doing the hard things, when you realize that you can do it too, that really does help to build your belief. And, for me, in the beginning of my business, I used to get really caught up in comparing myself to other people. And I had this mental switch where I had just decided, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm really, really going to celebrate the success of other people. And when I started doing that, it was so crazy what happened to my own success. It's like it activated some kind of a manifestation or something. I remember specifically it happened on our team and someone had gone 80K, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to celebrate the heck out of her and be super happy for her. And I was sharing her promotion in my stories and on my Facebook page, and had sent her a message, and I'm like, girl, I'm so, so happy for you. And I don't know, I can't stress that enough, like being happy for other people's success, because it really does something like for your own vibe and your own energy when you're able to be happy for other people instead of comparing yourself. It's the craziest thing how that mindset switches, and all of a sudden it's your turn and everyone's clapping for you, right? Because you clapped for them during their time. So I love to talk about that because I'm such an energy person. I just feel like your vibe attracts your tribe, right? And like, I don't know, I just always want to do things that like feel really good and come from the heart. So I hope that's helpful. And I wanted to touch on one other thing too, because for me in the beginning of my business, I was so worried about three ways. Like I didn't know how I could do them. You know, I was having people give me recommendations on how to do it, and none of it really, you know, felt good for me. And this was also kind of a mindset shift in my business. I had gone to a conference and someone on stage had explained it in this way. And I'm like, I always want to share this with people because it changed everything for me. I'm the kind of person that, like, I hate to admit this, but I'm just going to be honest. I'm kind of a control freak. I want things to go my way. I'm scared if I put someone in a three-way, maybe they're not going to say what I, you know, want them to say or whatever. So I just was always like, you know, kind of the person that used to be able to tell you every single ingredient in a product or every single detail about anything ever. And that all changed when I realized that I didn't need to know everything. I'm losing like my train of thought now. I'm just going to go into this thing that I learned. So anyways, this is how I heard someone else explain it. Listen, maybe someone is just reaching out to you, asking you a super simple question, like what are the 3 steps, or how much does it cost, or, you know, what flavors of shake do you have, or whatever. Just instantly putting them into a 3-way chat with someone else can look so simple. Like, hey, this is my friend Kendra. This is my friend Brittany. She was just asking me about the different flavor shakes that we have. Can you help her out with that? Because you've been doing this a little bit longer than me. You know, and I want to make sure she gets the right information. I probably want to do that with shakes, honestly, because we all know the flavors of the shakes. But, you know, maybe when it comes to them asking about the product or something. What this does is from the very, very beginning, because we all know that customers make the best promoters, right? What this does from the very first contact is show them that if they ever decide to jump on with this opportunity, they're never, ever going to be alone. They're never going to have to know anything. And it also creates, you know, like Mallory was saying, those relationships right away. So say, you know, this person jumps on board as a customer and they're loving it, just like Mallory did. You know, 2 weeks later, she already knows Kendra. She already has a relationship established with her, where it's so much easier for her to jump on board as a promoter, already having relationships with more than just, you know, her enroller. And now she knows Kendra too. She can, you know, confidently walk into a room with our team if we were meeting up in person right now, or confidently, you know, get on a Zoom meetup or whatever and not feel like, you know, she only knows one person. So I hope that makes sense. I just feel like it's so important. And it was so important for me because I always wanted to be the person that, like, I need to know everything or else I look stupid. And that's not true at all. Like, it's so important to be able to lean on someone else and, you know, take that pressure off yourself. But the most important thing really is to show someone that if they decide to do this business, they don't have to know everything. They're going to be able to lean on you for those 3 ways too. And the duplication that creates and the confidence that gives them, and being able to say yes to the opportunity is like, it's so priceless. And I never viewed it that way. I was just like, why would I do that? I know everything. Like, I don't need to have someone else answer these questions for me, but that's the importance in it, is showing someone new that they don't need to sign up and then go train for a month. They can sign up and immediately start working their business because they don't have to know everything. So I hope that's helpful. I really needed to hear that in that way at whatever that conference was that I went to, because I needed to just know the long lasting impact of that. And now that, like touching back on what Kendra had said, and Mallory and Katie, now that Katie started Mallory out with her business in that way, Mallory's never not going to do 3-ways. Her business is exploding because of it. She's going to be the next person that we're talking about on this Zoom that's like, oh, there's another 4K bonus earner on our team. And it's these little things like this that do make a huge difference in your business. So I know someone's like, I still don't like 3-ways. I don't either. You just, maybe even doing like a team Zoom where you practice, like, let's practice how we can do this in a way that feels really good. Because like I said earlier, everything for me is energy. If it doesn't feel good, if I have to like show up somewhere and fake smile, I'm not going. So for me, I had to find a way that would feel really good. And listen, Kendra is my friend. That's not a lie. I'm never going to put someone in a chat and go, this is my upline or my, 200K leader or something that's going to like instantly intimidate people. Like, she's my friend. So I'm just going to say, hey, this is my friend Kendra. I'm going to edify her and say, she's awesome. I love her. She's got the biggest heart ever. I know that she's, happy to help you. Hey, this is my friend Randy. She's, has a question about some things that are happening after she's, working out or whatever, like I just talk to them like I would talk to them if I got them on the phone or saw them in person. So try not to get into like making it, perfect or trying to find a script. Like, it's going to be different for every person. Just be really real, because that will come through. People feel those vibes if it's like a copy and paste script or something. And they, in the end, they appreciate that, the energy that you bring to that chat. They feel that. And it takes a lot of pressure off of you, which is really, really nice. And you don't know, and if you don't have an upline, you have sidelines, you have people that are more than happy to help you. I will help anybody ever, really. People all the time are like, will you put me in a 3-way? I'm like, heck yeah. I love to share my story about, my autoimmune disease and having Hashimoto's. Like, I'll probably blow up that chat for an hour. So there are people out there that love to help other people. Even if you don't have someone that you feel like you can do that with, you absolutely can. So I hope that's helpful. I feel like there was something else I was going to say about 3-ways, and I can't remember now, but.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. And you guys, it looks different every time, but the best advice I can give you, I see so many people in the chat going, I don't know, I don't like 3-ways, or I don't know how to do it. The best thing is let's say I'm going to get Stacie in a 3-way with me. I'm going to message Stacie and say, hey, I've got my friend I'm going to pop you in a 3-way message with. She's exhausted, tired mama. She just had a brand new baby, and she's asking about these 3 steps. I always give a background. Or the same thing, if Mallory or anybody else is getting me in a 3-way, I need to know the background story of that person, so that way I can help guide that conversation. If I'm going into it blind, they're repeating themselves. So I want to know that background. And so once I get Stacie in that conversation, I'm like, hey, this is my friend Stacie. Merlina, these are her goals. Yada, 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 kind of explaining some things. Stacie, would you have a similar story? Would you mind just sharing your story really quick with this person? Boom, they share their story. Sometimes that's all you need a 3-way message for. It's just that story that you're borrowing. Sometimes you need help closing the deal, or if you're new, or if you're uncomfortable, then that other person coming in that you're bringing that third-party validation in is going to help you seal the deal, because sometimes it's so much easier for the other person to say, awesome, let's see what offers we can unlock for you. Let's get you registered. Hey, Stacie, what's your link? Boom, Stacie puts her link in. Stacie side messages me and says, hey, Mallory went ahead and registered for a free profile. Great, Mallory, we just got the email. We've seen the deals that you unlocked, bada boom, bada bing. And then we give them their options. And so it's so easy to do this once you get in the habit. Is it scary? Yeah, but it's not about you. It's about your customer. And if you are really, seeing that power of duplication to where, promoters are always like those customers, your best customers turn into those best promoters. They can't know everything, and that is what's going to stop them. And that is one thing I found in this industry over the last 10 years is they feel like they have to be an expert coming in because you are the expert giving them all the information. If you are the only one giving them the information, there is no way they're going to feel comfortable joining your team because they're going to feel like they have to be an expert too. And so if you're bringing that third party in, it gives them that sense of peace, whether they realize it or not, that they don't have to know everything. Okay, so that's a big deal. But I am just so excited. Stacie, Mallory, Katie, thank you so much for being on today. We appreciate you all so much. And as we're going through the 100 Days to Brave, please in the chat put what your favorite point was, an aha moment, a recap, whatever that is, and we'll go ahead and pick a winner at the end of this after we do the 100 Days to Brave. So Brittany, I'm not sure who is doing that today.
Tiffany.
Awesome.
Yep, it's
Tiffany.
me.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. So we are on day 42. Brave people need people. You are better off to have a friend than to be all alone, because then you get more enjoyment out of what you earn. If you fall, your friend can help you. But if you fall without having a friend nearby, you are really in trouble. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. One 4th of July, I was exactly 1 week from moving to Nashville, from Nashville to Edinburgh, Scotland. I was terribly sad to leave my community. I knew that God had said to go to Edinburgh. I was just brokenhearted to leave my people. So on that sunny day in July, our crew spent the day tubing down the Buffalo River. We laughed as people got flipped out of their tubes by rapids, and we brought enough snacks to float all the way to Florida and never get hungry or thirsty. It began to rain. We laughed again as everything had worked so hard to keep dry and soaked. It was one of those bookmark days, the kind you will tell your kids about. We got back home just in time to clean up and reconvert for the fireworks show, walking towards the parking deck to get a good look at the fireworks. We were just a friendship amity, a blob of people. To my left, Kurt, a production manager for a local band and one of the most responsible and kind men of my life. To my right, Lindsay, a fantastic writer and one of my best friends. And as the tears began to puddle right on the top of my lower eyelid, I slid my left hand into the bend of Kurt's right elbow. We smiled. The tears rolled slowly down my cheeks. If there was a way to stop them, I didn't know it, and I couldn't have thought through those steps clearly anyway. I said to Linz, "Hold my hand." So we walked, the three of us, linked by sorrow, to see a fireworks show. I knew with my whole heart that God wanted me to move, but I mourned leaving my people. And sad as that part of my life was, I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's easier to have a relationship with your Netflix queue. Why? Because you don't want to have to say painful goodbyes. You don't want to have any friction with your Netflix shows. If you don't like a show, you drop it. But friendship takes work. Friendship takes courage. We all need people. You've got to be brave and let yourself love people, and to make brave choices. You have to have the support of your own friendship. Today's task, be brave. Send a letter to a friend who has been there for you before. Thank him or her. Tell your friend how much he or she means to you.
It's so weird how it always lines up. You need your people. You need your sidelines. You need these people. Stop avoiding it. I avoided it for the first 2 years, and then somebody was like, just freaking do it, and I did it, and I should have done it the first 2 years. Don't wait. Do it today. Start a 3-way today. 1 minimum. Okay, sorry. Did you pick a person, or was I supposed to? You're muted.
Oh, there we go. Stacie's going to pick our winner.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I did. I just didn't know if I was supposed to message you or just say it out loud. Okay, so I picked
Say it
Julie
out loud.
Ann Adventures Austin.
All right, message me. I will get you the list of goodie options and we'll get it out.
Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in today, you guys. We hope you have an absolute blessed Wellness Wednesday. Get out there, kick Tay right in the face, and just embrace all the goodness, the love, and get somebody in a three-way message today. I promise you, it will change your business. Have a good day, you guys.